One of the things that you should be able to do well as a high school student is convert decimals to percents. The general way to do that is to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. But let's talk about why that is the method that you should use. Let's start with an easy one like 0.5. Most of us have just a general understanding that 0.5 is the same as 1/2, and that in percent form a half is going to be 50%. Let's talk about why that is. When you're working with a percent number, you're trying to figure out how much of 100 that number is. So what is half of 100? We all know that half of 100 is 50. But let's talk about how to convert that decimal into that percent without having to worry about the fraction. We take the number 0.5. If we try to move the decimal point 2 places to the right to turn it into 50, right away we run into a problem. If you move the decimal point 1 place, now you're at the number 5 and there's nowhere else to go. If you're trying to move the decimal point 2 places and you need an extra digit, you just add in an extra 0. So when we move the decimal point once and then again, now it has become the number 50. And then you simply, after you've moved the decimal point, move in the number or the percent number. Let's try it with some other numbers that are a little bit, that aren't as easy as the 50. Let's take a number like 0.23. If we use our method of moving the decimal point 2 places to the right, we simply move the decimal point once, twice, and we get the number 23%. What about a number that has a 0 in it, like the number 0.08? On that one, if you move the decimal point 2 places to the right, once, twice, you get the number 8. And so 0.08 is the same as 8%. What do you do if a number has multiple zeros in it, like the number 0.004? If you move that decimal point 2 places to the right, once, twice, you're going to end up with the number 0.4. It is possible to have a percent number that is still a percent, and now you're going to say that that number is 0.4%. So that just means that it's less than 1%. What about a number greater than 100, a number like 1.2? You would still use the method that we started with of moving it 2 places to the right, and if you have a digit missing, you just add in an extra 0. So now when we move the decimal point 2 places to the right, we get the number 120%.